Reputation is very important to all sorts of businesses, no more so than in professional service firms, and that includes management consulting. That's why I and my colleagues Will Harvey and Milena Mueller-Santos here at Oxford in the Said Business School wanted to study a reputational change program undertaken by a large management consulting firm.
There are several reasons why management consulting firms, which is an example of professional service firms, would want to change their reputation. A reason, for example, might be that there's a lot of competition, and we know that's the case with professional service firms, so you need to stand out in a unique way compared to your competitors. Second is that the business community is changing at unprecedented speeds, and the reason that that's important in terms of change is that you have got to move with the times to meet the needs of your client base. And the third thing is that, as we've seen in the business press, a number of organisations are experiencing some kind of crisis, and it's absolutely vital that you respond to that crisis early and proactively.
We really adopted a multi-method approach to this study. We conducted a lot of interviews, both internal interviews with employees at several hierarchies of the firm and external interviews with clients and non-clients. Then we collected a lot of documents, both surveys the firm had conducted with its own employees. We also read documents directed at their client base. And thirdly, we looked at the media coverage of the firm from the past decade or so to see what the outside world were thinking about them.
What we found so interesting about this company was there was a major disconnect between its identity, which we would define as how the organisation saw itself, and its reputation, which is how others perceived that organisation. And we think that's extremely interesting, because if you get a significant difference between how an organisation sees itself and how others see you, then that requires a response. In an extreme case, that's a crisis, which could mean that you lose customers and clients and business.
Mismatch becomes a problem if you're telling the world that you're good at A, B and C, and they think you're good at X, Y and Z. In other words, what they're going to buy you for is not what you can do, and what you think you're great at is not what you're actually delivering. And that's where you have to solve the problem by closing the gap.
We found that there are several steps to actually managing the reputation. The first step is that actually it's crucial to think about the partner and the employees of the professional service firm. In particular, thinking about using those individuals to speak to clients and other stakeholders to persuade and convince clients that actually what we say we are as an organisation is a fair and true reflection of the reality. A second important step that professional service firms can do is to try and build trust through high quality thought leadership. There is a proliferation of information out there on social media, mass media, and so high quality thought leadership is very important. A final issue that professional service firms can do to manage their reputation is to exceed the expectation of clients. Counterintuitively though, although we found that over-delivery can be useful in terms of meeting the expectations of clients, if you go too far, the problem is you come across as desperate, and therefore clients get very suspicious of that.
There's a real risk if firms don't monitor their reputation. They have to put resources in, and that means both monitoring your reputation and enhancing it.
The most important thing is to listen without prejudice to what people out there are telling you. Sometimes ignorance is very dangerous here, and so watching the signals is critical.